Alright, so here's another thing to show off about this game that, you know, is a very 2000s thing for this game to have. Because I feel like in games older than this, these sorts of things were more secret than this, and sometimes they were in this era as well. And then after this era, these things just didn't exist anymore. We have... Oh, where are you? Actually, where is this menu? Hold on. Hold on, I need to find the screen first. It's usually in the options for this sort of game. Profile? In your... Okay, that's where you put it here. In your profile, but whatever. Permanently infects your profile forever, I imagine. Anyway, so we have a cheats menu to insert cheats in. All sorts of symbols named, but even. Anyways, this is the cheat to unlock all of the tracks. There is also a cheat to unlock all events, so I'm guessing that's what I could put in instead of modifying the game to unlock those tournaments. Oh, Snowbats, baby. Yeah, and a nice little typo in this as well. Yeah, this is a very climax portion of this game. The silly things they say when you insert some of the cheats. If you insert the cheat to unlock everything except for the Fury Bike, it says, I think I've mentioned this before, it's the message you get is something to the effect of unlocked everything, parentheses, except for the Fury Bike, and then a little smiley face. Very informal sort of atmosphere this particular studio always had. And they tend to have things with like profane file names in their games as well. Anyways. Okay, so that should mean we now have these things unlocked. Yeah, Hawksworth was the one we didn't have, right? Yes. Alright, so. Oh, you do have a lap attack in this game. Interesting, I don't think you unlock anything from it or anything, though. My god. I think 3 is okay. I don't know if we'll even do 3 in reality, but... Then you can just have no AI for a race. That's amusing. I'll still keep him here. And I have now saved this blight on my profile. Oh well. I mean, it just wouldn't have been worth... I feel like this playthrough's already lasted a good deal longer than I intended or expected. And I enjoy playing new tracks and whatnot still, but the fact that I have to just redo everything I've already done at a higher difficulty to unlock these last few things, it just would not be worthwhile, and I don't think anyone, including myself, would want to bear witness to that. You look familiar. Well, that's your fault for being misleading, course. I haven't made that mistake before, so this might actually be a new course. Yeah, I don't think we have seen this one. We've just seen Decord look, so I like this one. Hello. Jeez, that was a hard freeze. This one doesn't feel as crazy yet as the other Supercrosses that we had to pay for. But these are some big winding turns, though. I do like these a little. Yeah, so still, I really like when this game just decides, hey, let's have these really big winding courses. Yeah. It only ever does that for like the late game stuff, and it's kind of my favorite. My favorite way for these courses to be. Oh, that's an awkward turn there. Okay. You know, it's not really fun of how this course starts and ends around the finish line. Might do one more lap, maybe. And I really just want to show that these exist. And I don't really care to like try to get a really good standing on them or anything. Particularly because this is Supercross. The other ones I might give a little bit more time to, but I don't know how that knocked you off your bike, but whatever. It's funny to me hearing the male voices when they get knocked off their bike, because that's what I would usually hear back in the day when I played this, because I, you know, used a mail writer. It's kind of strange hearing that, only ever hearing it come from other characters now. This section is kind of weird. Not the first time we've seen anything like that, where you have two straightaways next to each other, but anyways, okay. That was fun, kind of. Next is the Spectrodome for Pro Supercross, and that will be the actual last Supercross we see ever in this game. What a thing to celebrate. Still doubtful this will be as exciting as the Supercross tracks that we had to pay for, though. Those ones were actually really fun. Just how big and crazy they were. I feel like that's the first time we've actually seen that particular hint on this loading screen, and I am inclined to agree with it. That is kind of the secret to Supercross, especially. I mean, at least depending on the course. Some courses are not very amenable to that. Hey, there are people in the stands. I still love how normally you will not ever wipe out by driving into these things, but if you manage to... How am I timing this so specifically? The window to do that, to actually wipe out on the starting line, is not very long. Dude, look at there. I hate these hairpins straight into jumps. How in the world did I preload there? Right as I landed. Well, you got me pretty cleanly there. That was, I think, the first time I ever deliberately rammed into someone and actually managed to knock them over. Does not happen very often. This one doesn't feel particularly crazy. Nope. This feels like a fairly straightforward, standard sort of Supercross course, to be honest. I mean, sure, a bit more interesting than, like, the early game amateur ones, but it's not saying much. Oh, come on. It's not actually the trick I was trying to do anyways, but even so. For some reason, I accidentally hit L1 when I was trying to do a simple little one-button trick. And I'll do one more lap here just to give this place a little bit of acknowledgement from at least one non-blind run-through of a lap. There's still no notion of ow. I don't know why it's so easy to do that on this particular bridge. Still no notion of whether I should preload on any given jump or not, but oh well. That takes a few more practice laps to figure out, usually. So I'm not taking these well at all. That was fantastic preload, thank you. So I love how you can pretty consistently hear me trying to preload whenever I don't. Look at me actually not getting in the back half of the race at the end. Well, at the end of the second lap. Anyways, okay, so now the other races are ones I'm not sure are actually new. I'll give them a shot. Huh. Well, the game does say. The game does claim I have not driven here before. It's just strange to me, but okay, if you say so. Because I don't have the best time here. I don't know how it is. I guess the wetlands just doesn't show up in some tournaments for some reason. I don't know why it wouldn't. It's not like there's anything particularly special about this one map. Having fun with those camera fly-throughs. Alright. What is the point of a hole shot right there? Of the game acknowledging it, because, man, good job, guys. I do like having a little wooden portion there. Fun to be a little more aggressive today. No. Whoa, what? Okay, that's just a pile up there. Okay, I just landed on people wiping out on top of each other, I think. So someone hit the sign that time. Yeah, this one's got some hills. Oh, come on. Ow! Okay, I'm enjoying how much people are wiping out on this one. And by that, I mean people that aren't me. Through no fault of my own. Yeah, this is another one of those that's a bit longer than... Well, I mean, it's only three laps, it's not that bad. But, this is a pretty long course. But I do enjoy this one, too. It might be a little frustrating because if I was doing this in a tournament, but... Nope, should not take a left here. Man, I really like the hills here. It's not really my favorite thing to have in a national course, but... Get some speed here, though. Oh, going right into that sign. I'm curious how detailed this game is with regards to like different service types. Like, is it wood? Wood is recently considered its own service. I wonder how different tires handle it. I haven't looked, for instance, at there are probably XML files that define how the different tires perform on different surfaces. I would like to check that because it probably implies which kinds of surfaces are even programmed into the game. I might be tempted, like, at the end of this episode or something, to just open that up and take a look at it. Give a little bit of cool trivia in this playthrough. And I love that real fast winding downhill segment there. I like, well, part of it too is that having a segment where you go real fast like that also means that it starts to actually matter how you tuned your bike, because that's a place where if your bike is not tuned for high speeds, you will start to feel the instability. So hey, that mechanic actually matters now, which is not a given that it will otherwise. And there are games that have mechanics that in some sense sound cool or something, but are so minute or otherwise just underutilized that they never actually matter even if they sound kind of cool. So having some kind of deliberate interplay that they might have otherwise accidentally missed between... Yeah, sign. Between the mechanics that they offer, you know, in the garage menu and what's actually found in the courses is nice. On the whole, I'm actually not too disappointed in this game having come back to it after all these years. I never had any particular opinion on it to start with. It's a game I had fun with, but I also always knew I wasn't really playing it the way I was expected to because I just played free ride all the time after unlocking all the stuff in the game. And I don't mind it too much playing it the racially intended, like, racing way. And that guy just turned in a very strange way in the air there. for no reason that I could ascertain. Curious if you're... Now, there are various ways that the character will actually react to others around them and whatnot. Like shaking a fist at someone who bumps into them and so on. Or kind of celebrating if they pass someone. I'm curious if them looking behind themselves is actually supposed to be a hint that there's someone close up behind you. Or if that was somehow just related to the fact that I was going up the hill for some reason. It's just something I noticed as I was going up that hill. That was not a especially intelligent way of taking that hill, but I don't know. Yeah, I love just maxing out the speedometer like this. Oh! Just really limboed under the finish line there. That was fantastic. That was not deliberate. That looked really cool. Okay. So as I promised, give me a second. I'll take a look at I think I deleted all this stuff annoyingly. I may have to re-extract it, which I'll do off screen if I do. But where are we? Going through directories here. Okay, yeah, give me a second to re-extract the files, and I'll see if there's anything interesting in that XML file for the tires, just to see, out of curiosity. To save my own, and maybe to give you people at home fun trivia if you actually happen to care. Okay, this time I'll actually show you what I'm... Oh, hold on. There we go. Okay, so this time I'll actually let you see what I'm seeing here. Looking at all sorts of fun stuff. I actually got myself distracted for a second looking... So these are files in the game. Looking at the vehicle parameters for a second here. So this is the bike we're using now, I think. These are some stats it has apparently. These ones are not XML, interestingly, but it's text regardless. So these stats are interesting. So there's jumping, suspension, spelled with a T. Is that how they spell things in the UK? But squat, dive, mag, like magnet or something? I'm curious what some of these stats actually are. I'd be curious to play around with them someday. Rider DNA is a funny name thing. Up here. This one I think is... What was that? I think it... Oh yeah, like skin tones and whatnot, and hair you can have. Okay, so what... Where do we have tires? Tire surface weather. And that might be relevant to our interests here. So you have surface, dirt, snow, tarmac. These are tire infos here. There's a lot of stuff in here. Weather... Like, these are different icons for different weather you can have. And these are icons for different surfaces. This is how they behave on different things. I'm also just wondering if you can see very clearly snow 1, snow 2, dirt, sand, ice, mud, dirt 2. Interesting. And the names of the different ratings or something, I guess? Rating 10, but I thought these were like up to 5 stars. Are there half stars? But there was something I saw somewhere. I thought we saw like snow tarmac. I don't see snow tarmac anywhere. And I have some comments in here. Just fun stuff like this is the sort of thing I get to dig into here, looking at all these. I haven't played with many of these because I don't have a convenient way to repack this stuff into the game after I extract it and modify it. But this is where I can see things, like also when I was looking at how you unlock different stages. Which one was that? That was like the dirt.xml, amazing. Let logic levels. Which one was this that had the unlock the career? This is where I was looking at the unlock requirements for different things. This is the one I modified actually to modify stuff like these. These are unlock requirements for different stuff. This is how this is actually how I unlock the 2 different Olympic stages, for instance. I would just remove the unlock requirements for the normal difficulty. Just to give you a little bit of a hint of that stuff that I was doing. Anyways, so, next time we'll just do more of the races that we haven't done yet. And then, you know, I've probably covered enough times so what stuff we plan on doing. See you then.